Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and I've been making content on YouTube for more than 10 years now. Well, actually, I've been making content for more than 12 years on this website, but if we're just talking about my current YouTube channel, this one, the one where you're currently watching this video, the one where people have come to know me as a Yoshi hat wearing walkthrough, let's player, vlogger, and professional video editor, then it's only been 10 years. And making videos on YouTube for 10 years has really done a number on me. I've witnessed so many things change, I've met so many people, and I've learned so many things. I believe that my videos have gradually improved in some ways over the course of these past 10 years, but that also means that I have a hard time going back and watching my old content because, I don't even know if it qualifies as content these days. But I believe that being critical toward myself can be beneficial. I am constantly striving to improve my videos in whatever ways I can, and if that means that I sometimes need to take a crucial look at what I do and why I do it, and if that means that I sometimes need to accept the harsh realities of life, then so be it. And that's essentially what I plan to do in today's video. Now, it's worth noting that I've been trying to do these anniversary videos, well, ever since my channel's conception, but only more recently have they become more reflective, analytical type videos. Although I didn't do an anniversary video last year because I was busy. Yeah, that's right, I was so busy that I missed my own anniversary. So this video, my 10-year anniversary video, will serve a few different purposes. Yeah, it's gonna be an anniversary video, so I'm gonna be looking at last year, but I'm also gonna be looking at the year before, because I missed my 9-year anniversary video, and this video will help cater toward that. And I wanna look at my channel as a whole. I wanna reflect on my life as a content creator, so this 10-year anniversary video will also do that. Basically, this anniversary video is like a culmination of my other anniversaries. I hope that makes sense. But the main reason I wanna look at my channel as a whole is because I actually wanna reflect on some things and see what I want to change. I do wanna make changes, and hopefully it's not anything that'll get you guys mad at me. I'm not doing anything that would stray away from the type of content that I normally do. At least, not drastically, but I'll get into that in a little bit. For now, let's talk about what it's like to be a content creator. I'd say that a graph like this best represents being a content creator as a whole. Mathematically speaking, this graph is called a sinusoid, and it essentially represents things that have a repeating pattern. In this case, the highs of being a content creator can be very high, but the lows of being a content creator can be very low. Admittedly, the highs are what keep me motivated to keep going, but it's the lows that makes things so exhausting and discouraging. And beyond that, every time you think you're on a swing for success, every time you think that things are going well, there is always something to come along and make things terrible. Like, really terrible. But then if you can push through the terrible stuff, sometimes something good happens. You get the idea, it repeats, a sinusoid. When I first started making videos on this channel 10 years ago, I never really knew the route that I would take. I guess that was the fun of it all. Things seemed so innocent back then, and in those times, I didn't even initially want to record my voice or show my face. And back in those days, you couldn't even make money off of YouTube videos. It really was just a hobby for me. Oh my, how things have changed. I can pinpoint certain events that have changed my life, and I can pinpoint parts of my career that have made me reevaluate my life decisions, but the most fun and important thing about being a content creator, to me at least, is the element of surprise. Sometimes not knowing is better than knowing. I never knew that this is where I'd end up, and while not everything is perfect, quite a few things have worked out. I never knew that I'd get to work with some of the people that I know today, but I'm very happy that I'm now able to do so. You know that old saying, life works in strange ways? It's quite cliche and vague, but I find it to be very applicable here. But there is an overall idea that stuck with me throughout most of this time. I've had a model that I've tossed around on this channel a few times, and it goes as follows: consistency, persistency, simplicity. These are 3 words that I believe can be used to generalize and describe one's overall path to success. For people that enjoy great content, they want it to be consistently great. They want to be able to go back and watch the content and know that it'll always be great. And then for people that continue to watch a content creator's growth, they want to see that content creator be persistent and make their content better and better as time goes along. But overall, content should be easy to approach. And so a content creator's content is best when it's simple to understand and simple to get into. And I can personally trace some of my more successful moments on this channel to these 3 words. There are definitely some things that I've done on my channel or with other channels that I would say that I was proud to do. Perhaps some others might not deem my accomplishments as anything worthwhile, but I personally find these moments to be a nice reminder that making content for you all is more than worth it. So, where have my accomplishments led me now? Well, these days I edit for Gerard the Completionist, another well-established content creator. That's my job now. It's a full-time job, so a lot of time goes into it. That means sometimes I have to pull all-nighters, and sometimes I have to race against the clock to ensure that I can find a nice balance between quality and quantity. I wanted to work for him because I wanted to work on content that I could feel proud of. I wanted to work on greater and bigger projects. And this is an idea that I want to transfer over into my channel, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Additionally, I can go to conventions and be fairly recognized. I'm popular enough to where people will recognize me, but I'm not like a super huge A-list celebrity. I'm honestly just flattered that people recognize me at all. I'm so used to going up to celebrities and asking for their picture that it's kind of weird to be on the other end of the stick when people come up to me and ask me for my picture. Someone thought that I was important enough to take time out of his or her day to come over to me for a picture. It's a bit difficult to explain, but simply put, knowing that I made someone else happy is what makes me happy. But on the complete flip side of it all, I also acknowledge that my channel has been on a bit of a decline as of late. Actually, a bit would be an understatement. My channel statistics are not great these days. In fact, they are in the lowest they have ever been. And I can trace that to a few different problems, but namely, I haven't been consistent, I haven't been persistent, and I haven't been simplistic. My channel has basically been flatlining and my relevancy as a content creator seems to be fading. But why now and not earlier? Well, let's take a few steps back. I previously used to make videos every day, but now I don't quite do that. I used to record group sessions in games, and I used to experiment with all sorts of video styles, and I used to bounce back and forth between goofy, wacky videos and analytical, informational videos. These days, it seems like I'm just slapping together some gameplay and commentary and calling it a video. And I'm completely aware that my content is not as appealing as it may have previously been. I did state earlier, however, that I feel like some of my videos are much better these days than they were in the days of old, but that doesn't mean that I'm satisfied with all of the content that I'm putting out. Furthermore, there are certain videos that I have made that required a lot of effort, and I can look at them and say, yeah, I feel better about this video than I do about some of my other ones, but for the most part, my videos are not entirely what they once were, and as a result, my viewership is not what it once was either. I'm not ignorant to the fact that my content has changed, and so I understand that my viewership has changed too. But that's another reason why it means so much to me that people still support me. Even though I might not be the most well-known content creator, it's still pretty impressive to me that I'm even known at all. It means that I left some sort of impact and have some sort of legacy. And you know what? I made a tweet not too long ago that better summarizes the situation. I'd rather keep my integrity and innocence than cater to what's popular. Now that's not a slam toward anybody, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I'll try to keep up with trends and showcase what's new as well. But in a greater sense, my viewership is not my sole target. I don't want to be associated with words like clickbait, or view hungry, or pathetic. Words like impactful, encouraging, and inspiring mean so much more to me. I watch videos and play games that can be described as impactful, encouraging, and inspiring, and they motivate me to try and create something new. And if I can create something that motivates my audience in the same way that another person's work motivated me, then I feel like I've succeeded in my work. And these thoughts have made me realize the importance of entertainment. Entertainment exists for many reasons, but I do think that it ultimately boils down to just being a way to distract us from life. It's a way for us to just sit down and enjoy something, or to think about something. Entertainment gives us something to look forward to. I'm sure that everyone has a game or a movie or an event that they're all looking forward to. In a way, entertainment is what makes us want to be better than who we actually are. Whether it's fictional or non-fictional, whether it's a movie or an event, and whether it's something big or something small, entertainment serves a purpose in making people feel. The feeling can be an emotion like happiness or sadness, or it can be a feeling of feeling alive or feeling thankful. But in my case, entertainment makes me feel the need to create. I like creating videos, I like creating things. It's almost like an addiction, but I just feel this need to create. You guys know entertainment. Having something to look forward to is really exciting. The best example that comes to my mind is currently Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. You know how many people get excited for Super Smash Bros. News? And rightfully so, because it's an exciting time. Or there are also events that excite me, usually because they are experiences for me to reunite with old friends or experiences for me to open the door for a new opportunity. Or even, in recent times, I've been watching different shows that have gotten me excited. A show might end on a cliffhanger and I just want to know what happens next. Just knowing that a new episode of a show is airing next week excites me. So if someone ever told you that watching TV or watching YouTube videos is a waste of time, tell them that entertainment is important. All work and no play makes anyone a dull boy. Of course, the opposite is also true. Do you remember back in 2016 when I stopped making content for a few months? I hate to look back at darker times, but sometimes it's important to analyze these events in order to better move forward. During this time, life was weird, and beyond that, I didn't really have anything to look forward to. Any form of entertainment that would have excited me was so out of reach that I simply couldn't feel inspired to make anything new. And given the circumstances of other parts of my life, I kept questioning why I should even bother. And you know what? Those feelings were terrible, but that's why entertainment is important. I don't want anyone to ever have to feel that way. I want to give content out so people can have something to look forward to. I want to make things that not only I'm proud of, but that other people can feel excited about. But now, I'm at a point in my life where there are several forms of entertainment that have provided ample amounts of inspiration to keep me thinking of how to improve my content. 2017 and 2018 have left no shortage of amazing forms of entertainment in all forms of media. I want to inspire people to create, so that they can create things that inspire others to create, and so on and so forth. But in order to do that, I need to do more than just upload simple gameplay videos with commentary slapped onto them. Now, I do acknowledge that in the past, life was a bit different. I wasn't editing for Gerard the Completionist yet. Previously, I was trying to get a video out every day, as I had tried to go on the routes of making a YouTube channel my full-time occupation. Doing daily videos meant that I had to strike a balance between quantity and quality, but since my channel was the main thing I was doing, I felt that I was mostly able to do so. Obviously, the quantity came from the fact that there would be a new video every day, but the quality was up to a certain point where people could enjoy the videos and not have them feel like they were rushed or sloppy. I also tried to mix up things in my schedule, where I'd work on a more analytical video in the background, as analysis videos tended to take more time and take more of my focus to create. Or I'd do things like Whatever Wednesday videos, which primarily served two purposes. One, it was an excuse to sometimes try out a different video style altogether to see what stuck, and two, it was a nice excuse as a filler video, or as a video that someone could watch, if he or she didn't enjoy the main content that I was uploading. They were basically experimental videos, but they usually went over well. As time went on, it seemed like my more analytical, editing-intensive videos and my Whatever Wednesday videos would help me find my identity as a content creator. The more analytical, editing-intensive videos helped me establish my identity as a guy who was passionate about what he did and knew his stuff. The Whatever Wednesday videos established my identity as someone who was willing to try new things, but also liked having a fun time every now and again, just for the sake of a video. And that makes sense. The analytical videos took effort, and it showed. And I would sometimes try to incorporate analytical bits or reflective bits in certain videos, and people seemed to enjoy it when I did. These types of bits allowed me to tell stories and set up situations for a video in a way that other content creators simply couldn't. Or at least, simply didn't. In a way, my more analytical style on certain videos gave me an edge. Yeah, I put more effort into a video and people seemed to like it more. Who'd have thunk it? Interestingly, some of my more successful videos for Super Smash Bros. And Splatoon are the ones that feature these story-driven and analytically edited bits like these. People started to like these stories and analytical bits, and it often felt satisfying to create them. Sure, I'm more proud of some of my analysis videos than others, and I feel like I can go back and recreate one or two of them, but I even consider videos like this, or my yearly recap videos, to sometimes fall into the category of an analysis video. Basically, videos where I sit down, reflect on something, or analyze it, and edit a bunch of clips on top of it like this video, count as analysis videos to me. It seems like, in this day and age for my channel, people enjoy videos like this more than the videos that I normally produce. And then there are Whatever Wednesday videos. Oftentimes, these videos were simply multiplayer matches in games, but the fun of that was that these videos could be multiplayer matches in popular games that often weren't recorded. And the fun of a Whatever Wednesday video was that you often didn't need context to understand what was going on in the video. You generally didn't need to watch anything else. Different Whatever Wednesday videos saw different levels of success, and I admit that my more recent Whatever Wednesday videos have been a bit, well, all over the place. But it's also thanks to Whatever Wednesday videos that I started to create vlogs, analysis videos, and editing-intensive videos in the first place. If I could get back to making Whatever Wednesday videos every week, that would be ideal. And I would love to once again go back to making all sorts of Whatever Wednesday videos, whether they be simple multiplayer videos or analysis type videos, or even a new type of video. But on that topic, let's discuss the main types of videos that I create: walkthrough videos. I have been making walkthrough videos since I first began this channel, and I still want them to be my main focus. But it's no surprise that simple gameplay videos aren't exactly the videos that I'm the most proud of. Sometimes I'm just getting a video out so that it can be out. Sometimes I'm just recording my initial reaction to a game so that I can savor the moment, but sometimes it doesn't lead to the most professional video. But then there's another part of me that also races against the clock to get the video out while it's still relevant, because that's how YouTube works, so the result is often just a gameplay video with commentary over it. Sometimes I want to be more thorough. Being wacky and zany has its place, as was the case for my Kirby walkthroughs, but I also sometimes want to be more thorough, as was the case for my Bomberman 64 The Second Attack or Pikmin walkthroughs. And in recent times, I've hardly been either of those things. This is most evident in my most recent walkthrough, my 100% walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. There were a few things that I did try to do so I could strike the balance between being humorous and being professional. And I knew that the game was going to be huge. I knew it was going to wind up being the longest series on my channel. I tried to cover everything in the game. And then beyond that, because I was recording myself playing the game for the first time, I didn't have a clear roadmap of things that I planned to cover, and I didn't exactly know what order I wanted to cover everything in. Ultimately, in me trying to record my first experience with the game, I wound up just uploading a 100-part adventure that's not exactly the most exciting thing to watch. Sure, later on in the walkthrough, I did create a list of objectives that I wanted to clear before I completed the main game, and I actually wanted to experiment with the idea of having some sort of menu or a map where viewers could see what I did and when certain objectives were cleared, but unfortunately, none of those ideas ever came to fruition. Don't get me wrong, I am glad that I was able to document everything that I did, and I am glad that I was able to record my initial reactions to the game, but I do wish that I did several things differently, and looking back at it now, I am displeased with a lot of the videos that I created. In fact, it is because of my Breath of the Wild walkthrough that I am reflecting back on my videos. These videos show what I did and it shows me what I want to change, or rather, it's what these videos didn't show that shows me what I want to change. These videos don't really serve as important information, so the professional aspect is out, and I don't really know how entertaining they are either. I want to provide entertainment, and sure, in some ways I did that, but I don't think anyone's gonna look back at these videos and feel inspired. People might feel inspired by the fact that I pursued onward despite lower viewership and a general lack of interest from my audience, but I don't think anyone's gonna go out there and say that part 66 of my Breath of the Wild walkthrough is one of the best videos that I've ever made. People aren't looking forward to my future Breath of the Wild videos in the same way that people would be looking forward to Iron Man fighting Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. And you might be saying, well, no duh, Yoshiller, nobody's gonna look forward to some random gameplay video in the same way that they look forward to some sort of multi-million-dollar movie. And yeah, I know that. I'm not competing with the Avengers. Let's be real, the Let's Play community is only getting bigger and bigger, which therefore makes it harder and harder to stand out. So, Let's Playing for me is becoming a losing battle. So, if I want to remain relevant as a content creator, I need to expand my horizon. I need to appeal to a wider audience, and on top of that, just making walkthroughs and Let's Plays aren't exactly the things that I'm the most proud to make. In fact, rather than just telling you that I want to do that, I can actually prove that I'm currently trying to do that. One of the biggest projects that I've been working on in the background is something called Kanto Alone, and I've discussed this project many times on my channel, and that's because I prematurely announced the project back in 2014. Since then, I've restarted the project as I had different ideas, and I really want to make it something that I can feel proud of. I don't want to rush it. For those that don't know, Kanto Alone is a Let's Play animation hybrid project based on Pokemon Heart Gold for the Nintendo DS. If you've played that game, then you know that the game is split into two portions, the Johto portion and the Kanto portion. Kanto Alone would obviously focus on the Kanto portion, but there are a few accompanying animations that would help change the narrative a bit in order to tell a different kind of story than what the game is trying to tell. It would still be a Let's Play that would still follow the simple format of showcasing myself playing a game, but the animations are what would make the project truly special. The project's been taking a while, as animation does take a while, but progress is moving along, slowly but surely. But this project is the pinnacle example of videos that I want to try and create as I move forward. I want to make videos with a lot of effort put into them that I can feel proud of, and that, if you're watching the series in the moment, you can feel excited for the next video. And with regards to upcoming Super Smash Bros. Content, I'm thinking of doing something more than just a simple multiplayer series like I've done in the past. I'm considering making a vlog, documentary type series, or a vlogumentary as the cool kids say, with an objective in mind. For now, the idea is called Road to Sakurai. And I don't really know that there's another series like it, so I'm hoping the uniqueness of it will help me stand out more. In fact, I've had a few other ideas that I've been toying around with, but the main one is that I want to have 2 monthly themes per year. Previously, I held Fan February back in 2016, where in the month of February, I hosted a bunch of fan-themed events, such as Mario Kart tourneys, Splatoon friend rooms, and Super Mario Maker level showcases. I'd like to try and do that again, but beyond that, I had another themed month that's kind of ridiculous, but it is also kind of fun. It's not set in stone right now, but I might try doing something where I annually make a walkthrough of the same game to see what I could do each time. The game that came to mind was to make yet another walkthrough for Bomberman 64: The Second Attack, as that game features co-op. I could have a different guest on each year, and I could see how I could improve the overall presentation and quality for each of my videos, and it'd basically be like my own treehouse of horror in a way. I don't know, it could be fun. But basically, I want to reevaluate my channel to try to find the proper ingredients to make content that is truly entertaining and worthwhile. I want to create more videos that I can feel proud of, and if my content can make people think and or feel inspired to create something similar, then that's a bonus. After all, it was my YouTube channel that helped me get the job that I currently have today, editing for Gerard the Completionist, and it's been an honor. I can't just drop my YouTube channel, as it's been the flagpole that's been helping me navigate toward a road of success. And to be clear, I'm still gonna fulfill some of the promises that I stated in the past. I'm still gonna finish my Breath of the Wild walkthrough, as I still need to cover the game's downloadable content. I'm still gonna try to become at least an S-ranked player in each of the Splatoon 2 game modes. I'm still gonna try and compete in games like Super Smash Bros. And Pokemon using my quirky off-the-wall strategies to see where that lands me, and I still wanna provide content for those games on my channel. And I'm still gonna make walkthroughs. But now that I've listed all that out, that sounds like a lot, right? It may sound like I'm taking on a lot of different types of work and that I'm not really focusing down on one specific idea, and yeah, that's all definitely true, but if something doesn't work, I can reset myself and try a different route instead. It's not my dream to become the world's best YouTuber. In fact, it was never even my dream to become a professional video editor. Yet, here I am. I haven't forgotten about my desire to make a game. I'm just trying to get as close as I can to the opportunity so that when it arises, I can be ready. But in order to be ready, I need to flex my creative muscles in various ends. And besides, who says that I only need to make one type of video or one specific type of content? And we'll see whether or not my viewership goes up. Hopefully it does, but at the very least, I want to feel better about the content that I create, and I'm hoping that if I can do that, then everything else may work out for the better in the end. Like I said before, it's hard to go back and watch some of my old videos, but I leave them up so that I can see how far I've come. And now that I've thought about quite a few things, it's time to take my newfound assessment and see how far I'll go. I could have never predicted these past 10 years. You know, maybe 10 years ago I had a roadmap. I said, I'm gonna make a game, and I had all these ideas, but I could have never planned many of these paths in my life from the get-go. And I think it's more satisfying to say that life is continuing to work in many unexpected ways. Here's hoping that I can still one day create a video game. And here's hoping that my current decisions will help me get there. But of course, I wouldn't be where I am today without any of you. So, thank you all for your support over these past few years. You have no idea how much you all mean to me. But I hope that videos like this can give you guys a clearer idea of that. So, whether or not I succeed in or fail at everything that I plan to do going forward, I hope that I can still maintain my integrity and still be the same old Yoshi hat wearing walkthrough let's player vlogger and professional video editor that you've come to know over the past 10 years. That about wraps up this anniversary video, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos, and I hope that you'll support me on the route that I take now. Here's hoping I can create something that inspires you all. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh.